Lightning struck. The wind screamed. And deep inside the forest, something started breathing again. And this time, it was hungry. Peace had returned to the village. Children laughed again. Smoke rose gently from chimneys. People smiled when they saw Amara. But peace does not always mean safety. Sometimes, it is only the quiet before something bigger. One night, Amara could not sleep. The air felt strange, too still. Even the dogs were not barking. She sat up in bed and listened. Then, a sudden, violent wind crashed against the house. The windows shook. The roof creaked. Lightning split the sky in half. Her aunt rushed into her room. "What is happening?" her aunt whispered. Amara did not answer, because deep inside her chest, she felt it, a sharp pain, like something far away was calling her. Not with words, but with fear. She stepped outside despite the storm. The wind pushed hard against her body, and then she saw it, a faint green light flashing deep inside the forest. But it was not glowing peacefully like before. It flickered, like it was struggling to stay alive. And in that moment, Amara knew the forest was not strong anymore. It was fighting something. When the sun finally rose, the village did not wake up to birds singing. It woke up to silence. Too much silence. People stepped outside slowly. Then someone screamed. The trees. Amara ran. At the edge of the forest, she stopped. Her heart sank. The leaves were turning black. Not dry, not burned, but poisoned. Dark veins spread across them like sickness. The grass near the entrance had turned gray. A dead bird lay on the ground. Amara fell to her knees beside it. "This isn't natural," she whispered. The villagers began to panic. "It's cursed again. It was better when we feared it." "This is her fault," someone shouted. Amara closed her eyes. The old fear tried to return. The same fear that once made her feel small. But something inside her had grown since then. She stood up slowly. "This is not a curse," she said firmly. "This is a warning." And before anyone could stop her, she walked into the forest alone. The deeper she walked, the heavier the air became. The forest no longer felt alive. It felt tired. The ground cracked beneath her feet. The once beautiful glow was gone. In its place, dark smoke slithered through the trees like a snake. "Guardian," she called out. Her voice echoed weakly. Then she heard it. "Amara." She ran toward the sound. In the clearing where she once saved the boy, she saw him again. But this time, he was kneeling. His silver robe was dull. His light was fading. His hands trembled as he touched the ground. "What is happening?" she cried. The guardian looked up slowly. "There is a root beneath this forest," he said weakly. "Older than the trees. Older than the village." Amara listened closely. "It feeds on the hearts of humans," he continued. "When people live with respect, it sleeps. When people live with greed and anger, it grows." The earth beneath them shook. A deep cracking sound echoed from below. "It has awakened," the guardian whispered. Suddenly, the ground split open. Thick, black roots burst out of the soil. They twisted and moved like living snakes. Their surface was dark and wet, and they pulsed like they had a heartbeat. Amara stumbled backward. "What is that?" "The shadow root," the guardian said. "It grows when balance is broken." Amara's mind raced. But the village changed. People became kinder. "Yes," he said. "Many did." His eyes darkened. But not all. Then she remembered. The travelers. They arrived quietly. They asked about treasure, about magic, about power. They never once asked about protection. "They are searching for the heart," the guardian said. Amara's breath stopped. "The heart of the forest?" He nodded slowly. "If they take it, I will fade. The forest will collapse, and everything connected to it will suffer." The air grew colder, and that includes the village. This was no longer about wood, no longer about gold. This was about survival. Amara stood tall. "Tell me where they are." The guardian lifted his shaking hand and pointed deeper than she had ever gone before. "There," he whispered. "But listen carefully, Amara." She stepped closer. This time, the test is not about kindness alone. It is about leadership. Her heart beat hard. Leadership. You must stand in front of those who are stronger than you. Not with fear, not with anger, but with truth. Amara swallowed. She was still just a girl, but she walked forward anyway. The forest grew darker. The trees twisted like they were in pain. Strange whispers filled the air. The deeper she walked, the louder the earth's heartbeat became. Boom, 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 like a drum beneath her feet. Finally, she reached a hidden clearing. And there it was, the heart, a glowing crystal rising from the ground. It shined green and gold. It pulsed gently like it was alive. But around it stood the travelers. 3 men, 1 woman, all holding tools made of iron. "We finally found it," one of them said. "Break it," another whispered greedily. "Imagine the power inside." Amara stepped forward. "Don't touch it." They turned, then laughed. "It's the wood girl," the tallest man said. "You don't understand what you're dealing with," Amara said calmly. "Oh, we understand perfectly," the woman replied. "We see power, and power belongs to those brave enough to take it." Amara looked at the heart. Its light flickered. It was afraid, and for the first time, she realized something deeper. The forest was not just protecting itself. It was protecting them from themselves. One of the men raised his iron tool. The moment it touched the crystal, the ground exploded. The shadow root rose violently from beneath them. Massive, terrifying. It wrapped around the travelers instantly. They screamed. The roots tightened. "You said there was no danger," one shouted. Amara stood still. This was the moment. She could let the forest punish them. She could walk away. They deserved it. But then she remembered something powerful. If she let hatred win, she would be no different from the darkness. She stepped toward the heart. "I will not let this forest become a place of revenge," she shouted. The shadow root paused. It turned toward her. It felt her energy, her fear, her courage. She placed both hands on the glowing crystal. It burned against her skin. Tears streamed down her face. "I choose balance," she whispered. "I choose mercy." The heart exploded with light. The shadow root screamed, a sound like wind tearing through mountains. Slowly, it loosened its grip. The travelers fell to the ground. The darkness retreated back into the soil. The guardian appeared one final time, but he was fading. "You have done what few can do," he said softly. Amara was shaking. "I'm just trying to protect everyone." He smiled. "That is exactly why you are ready." The heart began to glow brighter. Its light moved toward her. "No," she whispered. "I don't want power." "This is not power," he replied. "This is responsibility." The light entered her chest. She gasped as warmth spread through her body. She could feel the trees, the soil, the wind, the life inside everything. "You are no longer just a girl who survived the forest," the guardian said. "You are its voice." And then he turned into light and disappeared forever. The first time she entered the forest, she was afraid. The second time, she was brave. But this time, she became something greater. Not a queen, not a warrior, but a protector. And the greatest shock of all, the forest did not need someone strong. It needed someone kind enough to stand in the middle of darkness and still choose light. If you think Amara's journey is over, you have no idea what the forest is about to reveal next. Part 3 will change everything.